person she was. But I still had some worries about having an exchange student living in our home. However, when Cluny moved into our house in late January, I couldn't have been more pleasantly surprised. Cluny so seamlessly adapted to every aspect of life here in America that I often have to remind myself that our home is halfway across the world. Cluny almost instantly became a sister to me, with her charming and funny personality and ability to connect with everyone she meets. Cluny has taken full advantage of her time here in America, participating in rigorous classes, 3 varsity sports, the musical, the Olympic development program for water polo, and traveling to probably more American cities than I've been to in my lifetime. I know she will leave here with wonderful memories and absolutely no regrets. I love Cluny's open mind and her willingness to try anything that comes her way, but what I admire most about her is her incredible courage to live halfway across the world for 9 months with people she had never met until she arrived here in August. Even though she is the one doing the exchange, I have learned so much from Cluny during her time here. The 4 months I have spent with you have flown by quicker than I ever could have imagined, and it is so hard to believe that your time here is already coming to a close. I'm going to miss you so much more than you know, and I'll be counting down the days till I visit you in Australia this December.
Around this time last year, we were told that there was going to be an Australian girl coming for an exchange program. And at first, that sounded like a great idea. Until 2 of my closest friends were considering hosting her. Okay, I thought, she'll be stealing my friends. But the scenario only got better. She was a rower. And with 7 seniors on the team, the last thing I wanted was more competition. She was going to steal my seat. I had a lot of reservations going into this season. New rower, more seat races. And for those of you who don't understand crew, seat race is the most feared word on the team. Well, what do you know? I had been right. She was good. Really good. And it wasn't until we began rowing in the boat together that we developed such a strong bond. She came in as my self-proclaimed enemy and was leaving one of my best friends. I can't spend 10 minutes with her without hysterically laughing about something completely ridiculous. And she's taught me so much, not just about Australian dialect, but also about strength and perseverance. And I don't know what this year would have been without her, but I can't imagine what next year will be. So please stand to greet our teammate, friend, but most importantly, sister, Cluny.
Please be seated. Good morning. Thank you for that introduction, Alison and Robin, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today. I would like to start my speech by introducing a quote from Einstein. "Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions." When I boarded that plane from Melbourne to Philadelphia some 286 days ago, I had absolutely no idea what to expect. Who would I meet? What things would I do? Which tasks could I accomplish? I had an image in my mind of what I dreamed this experience to be and what I wanted to gain from it. And let me confirm to you, it has been everything and more than I have imagined. Each year at my school in Australia, we too have a theme for the year ahead. As you all know, the theme at EA this year is Be the Change You Want to See in the World. Back home, our theme for the current school year is Share the Story, and this is what I would like to do with you today. The theme of my speech is to do with memories, and these memories that I share are like precious diamonds to me. They glitter and sparkle in every aspect of my life, and are treasures that can never be taken away. I arrived in Philadelphia excited but extremely nervous. I was going to live with this new family who I had never met before. What if we didn't get along? What if they didn't like me? As my plane landed and I turned on my phone to check where I should meet my new host sister, Anna, and host mum, Maureen, I had a text from Anna saying, "We are in the secure area." Now, I'm not sure about you, but my previous experiences with airports is that the entire airport is a pretty secure area. Anna and I have laughed about this ever since. It all turned out perfectly, however, with my new host mum, Maureen, Anna, and her best friend Carter greeting me at the gate. We went out for lunch at the Classic Diner, where I ordered the French toast. Now, if I was in Australia, I would have expected a single piece of French toast. But you know you're in the USA when you receive a stack of French toast with maple syrup and whipped cream on top. We arrived at their big, beautiful, yellow house, and the Oshner family kindly welcomed me into their lovely home, where I met Greg, John, Laura, and Alex. Anna and Laura helped me settle into my own room, and then it was dinner time, and I ate my first American home-cooked meal of mac and cheese. The very next morning, I awoke early, as this was the first day of pre-season water polo training. The butterflies in my stomach were going crazy, as I had no idea what to expect, except that I knew it would be hard. I am still very thankful for this day for Carter Gant, who so kindly welcomed me into the team. Every day during pre-season training, a girl on the team would bake something for us all to eat at lunchtime. One day, Natalie Stewart, a sophomore on the team, came into the locker room and announced she had made brownies from scratch. All the girls congratulated her and were very excited to eat the scratch brownies. However, I stood there, not having a clue what from scratch meant. I later found out that it just literally meant from scratch instead of using a pre-made, pre-mixed packet. I found this cultural difference very funny, so that night I went home and made a heap of caramel slice and cupcakes from scratch for the team kickoff party the next day. As we were sitting at the party table, one girl asked, "Who bought this caramel slice and where did they buy it from? It's delicious." I quietly replied, "Oh, I made them." And then the girl asked, "Well, which packet did you use?" And I told them I had baked them from scratch. I then realized I had just been assigned designated team baker. I had now been truly integrated into the team with my newfound role and felt very much assimilated with the American lifestyle. As the weeks went on, I continued to improve both my water polo skills, swimming, and baking abilities. The summer holidays eventually ended, and my first day at EA was looming large. I rose at 6:15 a.m. to get ready for the exciting, nerve-wracking, challenging, and busy day ahead. I wore my Ralph Lauren shirt, light blue kilt, tan sweater, and boat shoes with a great Aussie-looking tan. I fitted in perfectly, appearance-wise that is. My Aussie accent somewhat differentiated me from the others, but in a positive manner. Everyone was very friendly and intrigued to get to know me. Anna was also very kind and helpful in escorting me to my first class and making sure I had somewhere to sit at lunch. My first day raced by, and before I knew it, I had been at EA for 2 weeks. A combination of work, water polo, trying to figure out the block schedule, and making friends were just some of the balls I was attempting to juggle. Luckily, I learned how to juggle pretty quickly. The first few days, I dropped a ball here or there, but by the end of those first 2 weeks, I was juggling like a true circus clown. My first really memorable experience at EA was during Spirit Week. I had never experienced such a strong sense of community within a school environment. Everyone came together in order to achieve a common goal, and whether that was decorating the lounge or purposefully clashing, it was fantastic to be a part of. As the fall came to a close, so did water polo. Although we lost our last match against all-time rivals, GA, it was clear that we had all put 110% effort in and demonstrated how far, as a team, we had progressed this season. As Coach Keating taught us over the season, never be content with losing, but the mark of a good loser is one who can learn from their mistakes and know that they lost by putting 110% effort in. I learned that day that a good balance of winning and losing is important. If you win all the time, you never gain anything out of it. Having some tough losses can be very important in life. That's what learning is after all. Not whether we lose the game, but how we play the game, how we've developed because of it, and what we have learned from it. I've decided that losing, in a curious way, can still be a win. And this lesson and my water polo experience are one of my big diamonds. The next week, I started swimming, as the water polo season at EA was now completed. I chose swimming as my winter sport, which was very unusual for me, as I don't swim back at home, but I thought I would mix things up a bit. The thing I loved the most about the EA swim team was that no matter how good or in my case, not so good of a swimmer you were, everyone was treated with the same respect and kindness from the coaches. They continually highlighted the importance of being a team, and this team was another one of my diamonds through the winter. Christmas break came before I could blink, even without the snow. I began the new year quite ironically, saying goodbye to my family once again. They had come over for Christmas break, and we had spent a week in New York and a week in Jackson Hole skiing. Before we left for New York, they came to Philadelphia for a few days, which gave them the opportunity to come and visit EA. They were blown away by not only the immaculate and beautiful grounds of the school, but by the wonderful opportunities it presented. I hit the ground running after such a relaxing Christmas break. Exams came and passed, and a new semester was on the horizon. This new semester also meant a new family. I found out early January that I would be moving to the Jacobys. However, in order to go to their house, I had to leave the Oshners. I had had the most incredible time with this family, and I thank them sincerely for their supporting, kind, and welcoming generosity that they offered me. They are very special people in my life, and the memories that they have provided me with are huge diamonds. Moving house also symbolised that my time here was halfway over. I was so excited to enter the second half of my journey here and planned on grasping every opportunity with both hands. The Jacobys. Where to start? The family is once again absolutely lovely and extremely kind in welcoming me to their lovely home. I get along well with all the girls, Alison, Caroline, and Claire, and it's really fun to be in a house with all girl siblings. Claire is the youngest and therefore the cutest. She is also my TV watching buddy as we huddle up on the couch on a Tuesday night to watch the most recent episode of Glee. The Jacobys live very close to school, and Alison has recently got her license, so she drives us every day. Caroline and I both know that we never know quite what to expect of a morning. But hey, at least she keeps us entertained. Mrs. Jacoby, Kathy, is a wonderful cook, preparing very yummy meals each night for dinner and allowing enough for me to take to lunch the next day. Michael is extremely generous and has welcomed me into his home with open arms. Around February and March also recognised Girl Scout Cookie Prime Time. I'm not going to lie, I thought it was a joke at first, but just like the movies, Girl Scout cookie selling is a very serious matter. Boxes and boxes of the delicious cookies in a variety of yummy flavours are brought in. Everyone buys Girl Scout cookies. It was like a special phenomenon that comes around once a year and very funny to watch from an international perspective. However, I think I've had enough of the delicious Girl Scout cookies to last me a lifetime. As swimming came to a close, spring sports came around. My first experience in an American boat was interesting to say the least. Missed the push off the landing, became completely confused with what side I was rowing on, and struggled to understand one word the cock said. But I still loved it. After settling into crew, picking up my new spring semester schedule, and participating in the school musical, I was quickly realising how close my year was coming to a close. The musical was a fantastic experience though, and I loved being a part of such a wonderful cast. My mum and her sister, my aunt, came over during spring break, as apparently my mum couldn't miss my 18th birthday. However, I think the real reason lies within the shopping bags from New York. In the middle of spring break, I had to ditch the two-a-day crew practices and unfortunately head to Miami to play in the Olympic Development Program Championship Water Polo Tournament. After a wonderful 18th birthday on the Friday, the next 2 days were filled with water polo extravaganza. Although extremely sunburnt and sporting the classic water polo swimsuit tan, we received our bronze medals on the Sunday afternoon presentations. I arrived back at school for a 3-day week and hit the ground sprinting. History term paper drafts, tests in almost every subject, SAT work, and vigorous crew practices. But who doesn't love being busy? I was lucky that it was only a short week, as we had another 4 days off for Easter break. Thursday night, we went to the Jacobys' grandparents' house for dinner, as Michael, my host dad, is Jewish. It was great to embrace another culture in my American experience, and having both Passover and Easter was a fantastic way to broaden my knowledge about different cultures and traditions. The next day, we headed down to the Jersey Shore, as the Jacobys have a house down at Avalon. It was a lovely weekend, playing baseball on the beach, riding our bikes around the tiny town, learning to play lax, and participating in the local town Easter egg hunt. Never too old, even at 18. The most recent junior class expedition to the Phillies game was another fantastic memory that I am able to take away. I must admit, the Saturday night before the Monday game, I'd gone to the Phillies with Alison and Brianna, and luckily we did, as Brianna exclaimed after I'd asked her 100 questions on how the game works. Thank God we got this out of the way before Monday night, so hopefully you won't look completely ridiculous now. She was right, and so I thank her very much for this, as on Monday night, I was very on top of my baseball terminology, dropping words like foul ball and getting up for the 7th inning stretch. Crew is now in the last stretch as the championship regattas begin. I have dubbed my crew half and half, as the stern pair of our boat are Aussies and the bow pair are Americans. The bond I have made with my fellow crewmates is impenetrable, and another one of my precious diamonds. By embracing the many different opportunities presented to me whilst here, I hope to encourage others to do the same, not only back home, but around the EA community too. As my time is quickly coming to a close, I'm beginning to see that the friendships I've made here are definitely going to be ones for life. The kids at EA all make a very conscious effort to include everyone in that community, and I've been no exception. To all the board, teachers, and students of EA, I would like to thank each and every one of you for the support, friendship, opportunities, and generosity of spirit that you have shown me. I have enjoyed my time here enormously, and I am eternally grateful for being given this opportunity. Being the change I want to see in the world starts for me by sharing my story. Each and every one of my experiences is a diamond. And as we all know, ladies, boys take note, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Thank you.
Let us